The brighter her light shines, the more the world seems determined to crush and defile her. That woman is Malena. Her story exposes a cruel truth, that beauty, when confronted by human desire, becomes painfully fragile. She once had a husband, a soldier who loved her deeply, but the war tore him away to the front lines. Alone in her small Sicilian town, Malena turned her longing into a silent dance, a melody of loss performed every night in the shadows. Whenever she stepped out, time seemed to pause. Boys would drop their toys, mesmerized by her grace, for she was their first dream of womanhood. Men, pretending to be noble, secretly burned with lust they dared not confess. In those days, Malena was every man's forbidden fantasy, a goddess untouchable, yet desired by all. But beauty, as always, became her curse. The women of the town envied and despised her, whispering venom behind closed doors, restrained only by her family's protection. Then tragedy struck. The news of her husband's death arrived, followed by her father's death in an air raid. In a single night, she lost everything, and the vultures descended. The women finally had their chance. They dragged her to court, accusing her of seducing a young officer. Rumors spread like wildfire, and no one came to her defense. Because she was too beautiful to be innocent, her lawyer saved her, but at a cost no woman should ever pay. After that, the goddess of the town became its fallen woman. Insults followed her like shadows. The government cut her aid, and hunger stripped her last bit of pride. Once she had men worshipping her, now she traded her dignity for a piece of bread. That's when she broke, when beauty and despair finally collide. She decided to become what they said she was. On a lonely night, she cut off her beloved curls, the symbol of her innocence, and buried her love with them. What remained was only a shell, a hauntingly beautiful corpse walking among the living. When she returned to the town square, her new self was unveiled, a tight dress, bold steps, cold eyes. Her beauty was no longer a gift, it was armor. Maybe she still felt sadness, somewhere deep inside. But what could sorrow do against hunger and hate? To survive, she began entertaining Nazi officers. And suddenly, the woman everyone hated became the most desired again. The same men who once mocked her now lined up for her attention. The same women who envied her no longer dared to touch her. But wars don't last forever. When the Allies marched into Italy, the town was liberated. Liberated not only from occupation, but from morality itself. Without her German protectors, Malena became prey once again. The women attacked her with unbridled rage, tearing her down like wild beasts. It wasn't justice, it was jealousy dressed as righteousness. Their violence reveals something darker than war, the cruelty of human nature when it feels righteous. Beaten, stripped, humiliated, Malena tasted despair once more. But this time, she didn't cry. The town had already taken everything from her, even her tears. The Malena they destroyed no longer existed. Years later, she returned. No longer the goddess, no longer the temptation. Time had reshaped her, her face weary, her body heavier, her eyes dull. And strangely, the town welcomed her back. Shopkeepers smiled. Women nodded politely. No one whispered anymore. I was confused. Why had their hate vanished? And then I understood it. It wasn't forgiveness. It was comfort. Because now she finally looked just like them. Asterisk, asterisk.